Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Heroes of New Earth Game Replays cast. Actually, I think it's the other way around, but hey, whatever. We're here with the dream, not even the dream. We're here with the Digital Youth Awards. I am just so confused right now. Digital Youth Awards. We're in the Group A stage play featuring ICE and TSoG Gaming, and today I am apparently really lost. I'm the Four Court Jester, however, my head is attached to my shoulders, I think, and today with me is Asway from GameAche as well as Luke the Riff from GameReplays.org. How are you fine gentlemen doing this evening?
Well, this late or early morning you want to say to me, but I'm doing very well indeed, Mr. Jester, and I hope that Asway is doing very well as well.
I am doing fabulous. Can't wait to get this game underway. Should be really good. Two good teams, great American team, great European team. It should be a good game all around.
Yeah, we really do hope so. I mean, Digital Youth Awards is a very big tournament. Everyone had to fly out to Singapore. I hear it's an amazing place out there and a lot of money on the line. And, I mean, it really is a good pool of talent. Of course, we did have to split it with the DreamHack. We'll leave that argument for another day. But today we do have Papa Drake himself there with a nice 1471 rating. Of course, we are on the Southeast Asian servers, you know, the G Arena servers, so don't really pay too much attention here to all the various PSR rankings, so to speak. Just know that these are two really good teams. Ignore the PSRs. They do not mean a damn thing here, as we just wait for the banning phases to pop up. So, I mean, what games have we already seen today, Asway?
Prior to this, we've seen Online Kingdom against ICE. You could say it was a really good game. One-sided, ICE dominated. Really, it's all up to you. It's all opinion-based, how you want to think the game went. But really, the results show how the game went.
Yeah, I definitely, I agree with as I tend to do all the time. But it was really one-sided, and ICE have really shown that they're up for some really new strategy stuff that we haven't seen in a while, or that we might not even have seen before. If we have spoiled the game for you, we're really sorry. I hope Jester puts up a spoiler, alert in the thread when he posts the game.
Fair.
But yeah, we've seen that ICE are doing really well, but we also know that TSoG are, they're a very, very strong team themselves. The man Papa Drake leading away. They are known for a very strong team play. They're just a bunch of people that get around really well together. And their purple player, whose name I cannot pronounce, even if I try real hard, is a very, very good Dr. Pulsar and Soul Zero player, at least as I know. So they have also some very, good skill going for them. I hope it's gonna be a very good game.
Can't really agree more than that. Hopefully a good game will ensue. As we said, don't worry about the rankings, the PSR, all those played stats. This is on the SEA servers, not the North American, European kind of shared ones. So, with that being said, we do have the bans out of the way. So, Asway, who do we have for bans, sir?
With Papa Drake having first ban, we've seen Tundra getting banned, and Thunderbringer, Sandwraith, Dr. Repulsor, Pharaoh, and Bubbles. A lot of great initiating heroes, but Tundra, Pharaoh, and Bubbles, three amazing heroes with portal keys, could do so much work to your team.
And we're not going to see them. So that is the point of the bans, of course. I am a little interested in the Dr. Repulsor ban because we finally got to see him in a game, and now he's banned yet again. But Thunderbringer is, of course, a very big DPS hero with a nice solo lane and gets off, a few extra early kills, does some really great creeping around. He can just come over to your tri-lane and just say, "What's up?" And 3 graveyards now mark where heroes used to be. So we won't be seeing any of him either, and really, I don't know. I don't see anything really too suspicious in there. Do you, Luke?
No, I don't really see anything suspicious there. Sunrife is, he is close borderline ban already. He's really strong if you can get him the farm, or ICE picking up Electrician once again. But we're not, and Ophelia, but we're gonna ignore that for a second. And we're gonna go to this Pharaoh ban. He seems to become a new standard ban. And I can agree, he's a very strong hero. He offers a lot of initiation, very good ganker, very good at holding people in place. ICE are obviously known for playing him, so I assume that Papa Drake has banned him. Yes. And other than that, I definitely agree with you. There's not really something really odd here.
Okay. Now, you did just touch upon an Ophelia pickup here. Now, I mean, this is a really high-end tournament. These are really two well-known teams. Ophelia? Asway, what's going on?
Ophelia is a great hero.
Okay.
Definitely a great hero.
Why hasn't she played more then?
It requires a lot of work to get her down to, like, an art. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of practice. A great hero nonetheless, though. If you can get a Minotaur at level 1, you could gank any lane that you're in. She has a lot of pushing power. She has a lot of ganking power. With her ultimate that heals the whole team during a team fight. I'm surprised she's not played more, really. If you go to the Dota scene, she's either banned or picked. It's a great hero. I don't see why it's not played a lot more.
Definitely, she is a very, very strong hero. As you said, a very strong, pusher, ganker, very strong in the early game especially, and her ultimate is very strong against burst damage teams. So, because it heals you through it, and after, you live against burst damage team, if you live through the initial burst damage, there's not that much that you have to be afraid of. But I think the reason that she's not played that often is, as you said, she's extremely, you have to put a lot of work into your Ophelia for it to be good. If you see like somebody with a 20% Ophelia, you can reckon he's pretty good with her. But she requires a lot of work, and she's kind of luck based, because if you can be so unlucky with the spawns of the camps. If you don't get a Minotaur or any creep that is kind of useful, it's going to be very difficult for you to be useful in the early game, and that is the stage where you are going to be the most useful if you get good creep spawns.
Alright, fair enough, gentlemen. So now, we've talked a little bit about Ophelia. What about the team surrounding Ophelia, Asway?
Well, we have Bryce and Electrician, which we've seen in the Ice vs. Online Kingdom game. I think they messed up, giving Bryce Electrician, their hero he's most known to play, a mistake. They should have banned him, or they should have even picked him and played against them. It's not going to end well for them. And then you have Degosu, who's amazing at Devour. He is a great Devour player, and giving him Devour is the same thing as giving Bryce Electrician. It's not going to go well for you. I think they should have banned Devour. And then you have Chipper and Witchslayer. Witchslayer, a great initiation hero, a great ganker. I think he fits well into the team. And then you have Chipper. The burst damage from Chipper plus the slow, it fits well in.
Yeah, as he said, and we've seen Ja play last time. He played Tundra, and he did a very good job at it. And Ophelia is similar to Tundra, not very much, but in the sense that she's very micro-intensive. So Ja definitely is proven. He's done pretty well with Tundra last game, especially on the micro side, and he's proven that he's a strong, that he can handle the micro extremely well. So I expect that he's very comfortable playing that Ophelia, which makes me very happy, because Ja is on our stuff representing every place at Oak here. Probably not.
Yeah, probably
really good this year. Yeah. But we're just switching over real quickly to the Legion side, where we see Soul Stealer, Voodoo Jester, Gladiator, Magnus, and Valkyrie. Looking at their team, I see a lot of AoE damage. I see good initiation. Gladiator is a hero that is, in my opinion, not picked often enough, and the teams are giving us a favor by having a pause, which seems to be the standard once again in competitive play. But as I see it right now, they're gonna probably try lane this Gladiator with Voodoo Jester and Magnus, or not. Or they could run the Voodoo Jester. That would be a dual melee in a tri lane that just doesn't work that well. Or they could run the Voodoo Jester Gladiator combination, and then in another lane you run Magnus and Valkyrie, which is that is a fairly strong lane with Soulsteer in mid. Asway, what would be your thoughts on the laning phase for the Legion team?
Before we get into that, I just have to ask for a pause here, gentlemen. Sorry about that, folks, for that interruption, but everything is all good. I had to tell the Windows updater to go die in a fire. So, Asway, if you would like to continue for us.
I definitely think Legion are going to do a tri-lane with Gladiator. They're going to have Magnus and Voodoo Jester in their bottom lane. Most likely going to putting Soul Stealer in the mid lane, being a great mid hero, and Valkyrie up top. They could do a quad lane with Valkyrie, but it's highly... I don't think they would. There's really no reason to.
I was going to say, did you really just say a quad lane?
It's doable. People do it in Dota. You sacrifice your one lane to get the Gladiator that quick farm he needs, but it's not worth it unless he gets that crazy farm. You sacrifice the one lane, you give, say, Electrician, who's up top, you give him what he's going to get regardless. Like, he's going to get that shrunken head, so just give it to him. Let him get it, and then you give your Gladiator some crazy farm.
Okay, I guess I'm really out of touch with the Dota scene, but we do have kind of a segregation going off. All 5 Legionnaires here were down in the south looking around for some unsuspecting Hellborn. Did not find any. Of course, there's another pause coming away, so fine, whatever. Devourer looks like he wants to be taking that mid lane, but that'll leave us with a Chipper Witch Slayer lane. That kind of seems like a down and dirty lane. The stun and the hex to a Tartos and rockets. Good amount of burst coming out of them. Yikes. And that will leave Electrician up top, as you were saying, with an Ophelia. Now, again, it's been a long time since I've seen an Ophelia. Is she going to be laning, or do you think she'll be off jungling here, Luke?
Well, you can basically not lane, and Ophelia is really not worth it. Her strength lies truly in the jungle, and she's most likely going to be jungling. I don't see it working any other way. Pretty interesting that she basically has no starting items apart from counter wards. I mean, she doesn't need any, so it's definitely okay. But we see the the Legion doing something very interesting. They're gonna dual lane this Gladiator Voodoo Jester with Magnus and Soulsteer down bottom. That is definitely, surprising, because I don't think that is a super strong lane here for the Legion side, as being Magnus being relatively squishy early on. Same for Soulsteer, and they're not, they cannot play that offensive. Of course, if you get the stun in from Magnus, you can land in some very nice demon hands, but I'm really concerned about this lane. How do you feel about that lane, Asway?
I don't like it. There's really no reason for them to not try lane bottom with Gladiator and Voodoo. I guess Devourer does win mid lane against the Soul Stealer if he lands at one hook, but they should just try lane bottom, really. There's nothing... definitely they need to try lane bottom and switch lanes up, or it could end very poorly for them.
Well, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Just to quickly do a quick recap, as you said, Gladiator and Voodoo Jester taking on the Devourer mid, so they will be trying to zone him out of as much farm as possible. The deadly hook with 2 heroes, not quite as intimidating anymore, but we will have Ophelia playing around in the jungle up here. Looks like she did find her Minotaur spawn, so the Lotto wheel definitely won out there for her. Definitely a lot of pressure going on in the Devourer mid, but we do have a Valkyrie taking on this Electrician and Ophelia top, but it looks like Electrician wants to go in. He does have a shield. He does not want to use it, so just going to be using that to get her out of the lanes, just saying, get out of my experience. We're going to zone you as much as possible with that ever-present juke, gank to come out of Ophelia from the forest. This is going to be a very nerve-wracking game for that Valkyrie, I think. But, I mean, it looks like she's very happy to stay in her jungle and just show her face for intimidation purposes. Is this really what an Ophelia is going to be excelling at here, Asway? As I said, it's been a while since I've seen one in action.
Well, if you look right now, Engineer's level 4. Sorry, Electrician. Get it confused. Electrician's level 4. Valkyrie just hit 3. He has almost a level and a half of experience on the Valkyrie. Jaw, playing Ophelia, has done its job. He's forced Valkyrie to get back to the tower and allow Electrician to get the level ahead. Now, Jaw could just sit in the jungle and farm with the Minotaur, get some creeps and gank whenever he feels like it. He's doing his job really well.
Yeah, I feel that for Jaw, it's really important where the creep wave is positioned right now. So if the creep wave is pushed all the way against the Legion tower, he's not, he doesn't have the space. They don't have the space to chase that they really need with Electrician kiting, kiting Valkyrie. So he's gonna, he's gonna wait for a gank and keep close to that lane as long as this creep wave is in a nice position for him to go in, and he will move further into the jungle whenever this creep wave, is right pushed into the tower. So, making the most out of it. He's also using the creep pull to his advantage, pulling the creep wave back also, very common tactic. So that's going to definitely help them out. It's going to be pretty interesting if they can get a kill on Ophelia, because it's obviously very hard if you don't have a dual, not on Ophelia, but on Valkyrie. It's very hard when you don't have a dual stun combination due to the great leap as an escape ability.
Now,
yeah, for sure.
Sorry, I'm just taking a quick look here. The wards are all centered down south, and this Ophelia did sacrifice a lot of her starting items for those counter wards that are